Sarah Vitale from the library. I think most of you know me. I became interested in wikis as a teaching tool because it's interactive and it's collaborative and it's new and it's kind of exciting. So let me go, I'll go back to the one we were at because I put my links in there. Another way to collect your links if you know you're going to be on several different computers. Okay. So Sharon showed you this page where we're starting to add information about wikis, and I have right up here the examples of wikis used in the teaching capacity. The first one I'll show you is one I like because it's one I helped do. This is actually a St. Mary's example. This was for one of the teaching credential programs. They have a project where they make a kind of a bibliography of resources to use in their class. They have a kind of children's literature genre that they talk about what the genre is, and they find good examples of what this genre is. And then they make a presentation. So this one, they created a wiki, so everyone could look at it. I came up with using this as an idea, because in library school we had to do the same kind of thing where we had to look at a certain topic and write about it. And then of course you were only interested in the topic you were interested in, and then once you left, you forgot everything else. And my assignment was actually children's literature, and someone else's was art. I forgot everything about art, and then I got a job where I had to know stuff about art. So I really wish I was able to go back to it. So this way, if students go into a classroom and have to look at a different genre, they can come back to it. So they wrote a little bit about the genre, and they created links in each of them, or a link to each different title, where they give a summary about it and the information about the book. Some of the students got really creative and actually added pictures. I think poetry added pictures. So depending on the group, they could do whatever they wanted. Each group had 2 or 3 people, so one person was assigned to write about the genre, 2 people had to pick the books, so they all were able to do this together without having to email back and forth this one Word document. So that was kind of a fun one. The students liked that. Because it was a lot better than having to do a PowerPoint presentation where they just do and then they forget about. This they can take with them and have it forever. Go back to next hand. This other example is also St. Mary's one. This is from Nick Leiter. He was actually going to be here today, but he has an off-campus obligation. So he said I could show his. He's really into wikis. He's really excited about using them with his freshmen. And this is one example of what he's doing. Is the students are writing in English composition, or in research class, writing a collaborative essay. And so they're doing it on the wiki. So each person is assigned one part of the paper, and they're just putting it here. You can see these little notes are their footnotes, and they also, you can tell who's who by how they sign in. So at the end, when I first linked this a couple days ago, it only had 4 chapters, or 4 paragraphs. So apparently it's due soon because it's just in the last couple of days. It's really long. He's got a lot of examples of things he does like this. They work together on, they talk about different papers that they're working on. Let's see, there's one. They work on, oh, this is a good one. They share the research things that they found. So each student had a different topic and they post the research they found, which is very nice for us because then we can see some library resources in there. It's nice for us to see. So that was another way of getting all the students to work on one project using the wiki, so they don't have to go back and forth with their email. But one reason it's good to do this in a wiki instead of a blog is blogs are by nature time-stamped, so it goes in the order in which it was posted. Wikis can go in whichever way you want it. So even if someone was assigned paragraph 1, but they did it last, it'll still show up with paragraph 1. Some other examples are not St. Mary's examples. They're good ones anyway. One you can use, which is a great idea for wikis, is a study guide. You know, your students have a big assignment or a big test at the end of school. They have 20 topics they need to know about. This is a computer one, but the instructor put the words and the students went in and added what the definitions were, so that they all shared together and pretty much wrote up their study guide for the final exam. With most of these wikis, you can be notified when content is changed, so as the instructor, you want to go back and make sure that you put in the right definitions. So you don't want all the students to answer the same wrong answer on the test because someone put the wrong one in the study guide. So it can go, it's a little scary to give, but with wikis and technology, you can still hold on to some of that control. That's a good one. Another one is examples of exercises. I just learned about this one last week. This is actually a library instruction example. Students, in part of the instruction session, they take 10 minutes to do an activity, and instead of having it on a piece of paper where students just fill out the answers and then forget about it, they actually put it on a wiki. So the instructor got the answers, the librarian got the answers, and the students could take it with them. So the librarian just had these questions, the students did the exercise, put in the answers, and then they can move on from there. So that was actually kind of an interesting one. That's one I probably want to think about doing in my library instruction. And this is one I heard about a year ago, and unfortunately it was at Stanford, and it's no longer available with password, so I can just tell you what it is. This is from Howard Reingold's class, and what he's done is, of course they're very large classes, he assigns one person each class to take notes. And that one person fiercely types in notes during his lectures and their group activities and posts it to the wiki. So instead of everyone writing down different things, one person each class is dedicated just to taking notes. Afterwards, people who were also taking notes, everyone's taking notes. They can go back and see what they forgot, what that person forgot, and they can go add their own things. So you're basically getting 20 people take notes at once, and one person dedicated to it out, but everyone had it.
Do you know if this is the $5 one? I don't see the ads.
No, this is, I think, on his personal website.
Oh, okay.
And actually, that was the last thing I was going to mention. There's many different ways to have a wiki. You can have it on a wiki place, like Wiki Spaces, PD Wiki. Some of those have ads. For the free version, you can pay $5 a month and not have ads. Or if you have a web space, you can upload a software to it, and that's what I did for the Misty 253 one. So it doesn't have ads either. But you have to have a web space to put it on. I don't know if we have any web space on campus for that, but I have my own personal website, so that's how it works. If you don't have web space, you can get the other one. And that's, I think, about it. Any questions about it? It's still a new idea in education, so it's kind of up to everyone to be creative with it. And there's some really good things happening, and people are really excited about the new opportunities it has, and students are really liking it. When I first went into the Misty class and told them how to do it, they were, oh, that looks complicated, I don't know if I want to do that. And then at the end, they all said it was great. It was easy to do, it was actually easier to do than their PowerPoint that they had to do. They got more out of it.
So I do have one
Yes.
question. You know, with the video, one of the criticisms is that other people can go in and edit it and enter, and you don't really know that they know what they're talking about. So once you've signed in and you're going to contribute to a wiki that you are belong to, can you only edit your own entry, or can you edit the entries of other people?
It depends on the kind of software you have. You can make it as open or as closed as you want. You can have it, if you create it, you can have it notify you every time someone's changed it and who changed it. So you know if someone went in and changed it wrong or who did it. Wikipedia, by its definition, is open as can be, as it wants to be. But the education ones, usually the student has to sign in. And so everything that they do is marked with their name, so you know who it is. Then you can also lock down other ones so that they can't edit anything.